Hello viewers, today we are going to focus on finding the initial solution of a transportation problem using the northwest corner method. I will first of all explain this aspect here. Supposing you have got your compass, the north, south, east and west. Uh, A line from this point here bisecting that angle will give us our northwest direction. So when we are using the northwest corner method, it basically means that we are supposed to start off at the cell which is on the top left hand side. If you focus on these cells with numbers inside, so the one which is on the northwest is the cell for A Q, from town A up to town Q. Now, what is the implication of the numbers inside these different cells from Q up to T and then from A up to C, all these cells here. Now, the number within a cell represent the cost per unit of transporting a product from one town to another town. For example, from A up to Q there, the cell is this one here. So the cost of per unit is 25. Here, the cost per unit connecting A and R is 15. Now, for the corner west method, we are supposed to check as to whether the total for demand is equal to the total for the supply. Let us look at this row here. We've got 30, 45, 25, and 20. These are the different demands. What is the total for these demands here? So your 30 and 45 will give you 75. 75 plus 25 is 100. 100 plus 20, it will give us 120. And then for this side here, the supply, again, if you add 60 and 35, it will give you 95 plus 25, again is 120. I already inserted the total here. So it means the totals for supply and demand are basically equal. Now for you to find the initial solution now, we'll have to start with this cell here, which is the one on the northwest. We focus mainly on these two numbers, the demand for town Q and the supply by town A. This is 35, this is 30. The smaller of the two is this one here, 30. That's the one which you insert in this cell. Our 30 will come here. What does this mean at this point? It simply means that the demand for town Q has been satisfied because we already have 30 units there and the demand is 30. So what is left for town Q is now 0 because it has been satisfied. And then if you check across now, this one here, it can supply a total of 35, but we have supplied 30. So if we say 35 minus 30, what we get? 5. So we still have 5 units here which can be supplied by town A. Now, if you check this column again, there is a 0 there. So it means that we have fully satisfied that column. So you can actually cancel it out like this. You cancel it out because there is a 0. And then we go back to our northwest. From the remaining cells, these ones here, the northwest cell is this one, which is AR, from A up to R, that cell here. And then for that cell, you compare this number, which is 5 and 45. Remember, with town A can still supply 5 and the demand there is 45. So we can exhaust whatever is left for town A. So in this cell, we can put a 5 there. And then we separate 5 from both the column and, sorry, from this row and that column. So it will be 5 minus 5, you'll get 0 there, right? 45 minus 5, we'll get 40 here. So this side here is 0, so we cancel out there, and then we will remain with 40 this side. What is our northwest corner at this stage? It is going to be this one here, because we have cancelled out that part. So this is going to be our northwest corner. Which values are we going to compare now? We'll compare 40 and 60. Okay, which of the two is smaller? 40 is the smaller of the two. Therefore, we insert 40 here, and then we separate 40 from both. So this one will give us what? 0. This one will give us what? 20. So town B can still supply 20, while town R is satisfied because we have a 0 here. So we can now cancel this one downwards. Right? Our focus now, according to the northwest corner method, it is this cell here. On the right hand side, we've got a 20. Below here, we've got 25. If you compare 20 and 25, this is the smaller value. So we're going to insert 20 here, right? For town B, on that other side is 20. What is 20 minus 20? 0. 0 there. And then downwards is going to be 25 minus 20, which is going to give us what? 5. So there's 5 remaining there. So it means town S has not been satisfied. So since there is a 0 here, we're going to cancel out that part. And then from the remaining cells, this is the northwest corner, this one here. So we'll focus on this column and that row. Which values are we looking at now? We are looking at 5 as well as 25. Which one is smaller? 5 is smaller, so we can say 5 here, right? And then we separate 5 minus 5, it will give us 0 this side. 25 minus 5, is going to give us 20 that side. Since we have 0 here, we'll remove that column, and then we remain with this one here. This is the only cell which is remaining. Now, if you check the demand and the supply, is 20 and 20. So this value here will satisfy that cell such that we'll remain with 0 this side and 0 the other side. So this is what the process is giving us now. To calculate the initial solution now, the cost of the initial solution, we're going to focus on cells which have got 2 numbers, the cost per unit and the demand or supply, which is 30 in this case. So the initial total cost, is equal to, we multiply these because this is the cost per unit, these are the number of units, so it's going to be 30 multiplied by 25 for this cell. And then the next one is going to be 15 times 5, so plus 15 multiplied by 5. Let's go down. From town B up to town R, there we've got 40 by 40. So plus 40 multiplied by 40. What's the next one? Is going to be 20 by 5 plus 20 multiplied by 5. Then the next one from there is going to be 40 multiplied by 5 plus 40 multiplied by 5 plus 15 multiplied by 20. How many cells do we have here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is okay. Because this side we've got 4, here we've got 3, 4 plus 3 is 7 minus 1, which is 6. So these are the cells that we have considered so far. Then you can use your calculator to get the total cost. We just punch everything as it is. Then it will give us a value at that point. Basically, my main focus was on the process. So you can still punch this and get your value there. Thank you so much.